Previously on X-Men.
What's up all you X-Men loving dudes and dudettes, ToyShiz here, and I got a really rockin' fresh look for you guys today. We are totally going to be checking out the brand new Diamond Select, Marvel Select PSYLOCKE action figure. Special thank you and a shout out to Diamond Select for sending this chick over to give you guys a fresh look. When I saw her at this year's past Toy Fair, I was like, ooh, you know, sometimes with the Marvel Selects, they tend to go either way, but she looked great. And coming off of Rogue and then now into PSYLOCKE, it's a very bright and a colorful looking figure straight in the packaging, but you know, we'll have to get her out and see exactly how she measures up. And yes, the other day when I was posting about it, I have had a certain company on the brain ever since PowerCon and everything, so I wanted to publicly apologize and just say I mentioned the wrong company when I said who was sculpting this. So shout out to Gentle Giant Studios and May Shelf specifically for sculpting her up, so I do apologize about that. I think I got a touch of the old con crud from old PowerCon, if we're being completely honest. But yes, this was designed by Gentle Giant Studios for the Marvel Select line, and I'm very excited to get in and open her up. She's got a new part for the Danger Room set up and everything, and I always love it. It's got this giant clamshell, of course, with the Diamond Select packaging. You got a nice picture of PSYLOCKE on the side. Not my favorite type of artwork, you know, for PSYLOCKE or just art, you know, X-Men in general, but it's a nice full color photo. On the back of the packaging, you get to see the bio. I always liked Diamond Select's bio. They always give a nice understanding of the figure, the character, and then they list who designed it. I appreciate that. You also get to see Rogue and Beast, two of the newest Marvel Selects. But I'm very excited to get her open. This is the brand new Marvel Select X-Men character PSYLOCKE from Diamond Select. And here's PSYLOCKE all out of the packaging, and right off the bat I have to say that I absolutely love the amount of accessories, the extra head portrait, the weapons, and especially the build a Danger Room part. They've been kind of doing a setup, you know, you get all these Danger Room parts from the various Marvel Select X-Men figures, and they look great all set up, and I'll have that towards the end of the video, but very excited to get a brand new type of piece. This is more of like a sparring, like a punching bag kind of deal, and I could see it's something that has been drawn in the comics, in the early comics, and what they used to do as far as the Danger Room and such, but very cool to set that all up. Now, as you can see, she comes with a variety of hands, 4 pairs of hands, and then one single one for her psionic powers. These ones, of course, are more of a, you know, let's get angry, let's control the power sort of hands, and for the most part, they're painted nicely. Some hiccups here and there with the actual sculpt, the mold, you know, the plastic coming off, you know, just little bits and pieces. These ones, it's a little bit sloppy, just in terms of the metallic blue hitting the more skin color right there. It gets a little washy right there, unfortunately, but it's on the underside of the hand, so it's not too big a deal. But these are more of just like a sculpted sword holding hand. These ones are the punching hands, and these are actually painted really nicely. There's really no hiccups at all. Back off! This one is actually really cool. This is showing off her psionic ability. It's more of a psionic dagger kind of thing, and she's got a pink translucent part. This is actually, it looks to be glued to the actual hand or sculpted onto it, so this is not removable. Of course, it's just a fisted hand anyways, but that looks great. PSYLOCKE also comes with this gorgeous head sculpt. Using her psionic ability, it's got a really nice pink translucent effect on the face, much like the hand effect as well. And the good news is that this is actually removable, and it just simply fits right between her hair, and it looks really, really nice. And this is a great extra head portrait to have, because it's more of a angry face, and it's always good to have an angry face. You know, it works well with using powers or going up against another figure in photography, and it's got a really nice wisp of hair to it, like she's in a action battle pose. So I think that is a great extra head to do, especially since this is removable, and like I said, it just simply fits right between her hair, and it's not going anywhere. So it looks great, works great, absolutely love that. Next up, she comes with a really cool, like this is like X-Men yellow sheath with her sword, and the sword looks pretty nice. It's got a nice little bit of paint here on the handle, some gold coloring, all black, some gold right there. It goes up to like a silver. It is painted silver, so that's nice. A little bit of a hiccup right here just in terms of, I think it's when they put it into the actual sheath, because she comes packaged wearing that, and you can actually remove it. It just pop her head off. It slips over her shoulder, and I like that it fits in snugly. It goes right in there. It fits well. Nothing really scraped up or anything except for the hiccup on the actual blade, but that's from somewhere in this. And it's painted okay. It's just solid yellow. I mean, I would have loved to have extra little paint details here and there, but it is nicely sculpted, and it's got a nice band, like I said, slips over her shoulder. But the real standout, the highlight, is Psylocke, and she has a amazing face portrait to her. She looks beautiful. That's a beautiful looking face. Really, really nice. Really stands out. It's an elegant looking female figure. And overall, like I said, really nicely painted. She's got this amazing blue going on. The only hiccup seems to be where they laid in the various elements of her flesh color, and you can see kind of a hiccup right here. So not exactly perfectly painted by any means. It's beautifully painted, but it's not intricately, just there's little bits of paint every which way, and that's what's unfortunate, especially right here. And as you can see, so you have her blue body costume, and it goes up to her leg. You kind of got like a blue hiccup right there, but being that it's on both sides, as you can see, I'm trying to see if this is supposed to be an extra layer of paint so that the costume looks like it's going a little bit higher than it is. That could also be the case, but I will say that it for the most part, it looks wonky, or it looks like a mistake. So it kind of looks like she was doing splits and the paint actually kind of hit the blue. So it doesn't look right, but for the most part, it doesn't look too bad, but it is there. The blue costume looks great, and little bits of flecked paint here and there, more towards the actual neck. You can kind of see it. Her hair is painted beautifully. She has a really darker shade of purple to it, mixed with a little bit of a black wash, and it looks great. It's not too bright, but I think it works well for the character, being that she's yellow and blue. Down to the sculpt, all the bands are sculpted on. See, that's where it kind of hits with the flesh color. These are sculpted. Everything looks really nice. And I will say one thing, she stands very well. She's very much proportioned, though she's not top heavy, forward heavy, and these are all very, very stiff joints in a good way. It's not loose, and it's not like you're going to be breaking anything. So in terms of articulation, her head is hindered a little bit by her hair, of course, but she doesn't really look down all too much, and she, of course, doesn't look back. But you can get a good side-to-side out of her. She's got good articulation at the shoulders. She also has a bicep. Double jointed elbows for the female figure. That's always good to see. And she does have rotation to and back, and a pivot on her hands. She's got upper diaphragm, which works really well. Nothing at the waist, so that's it. It's just the upper diaphragm. She can kick out considerably well. That's pretty good. Kicks back. She does have a hidden thigh right here. That's actually pretty cool. So you don't really even see it. It's covered by the band, so that's an excellent, good point to put in there. Double jointed knees, and she does have some ankle pivot back and forth, up and down, while also having a mid-calf sort of swivel right there. So she's got some really nice articulation, a little bit of a hidden articulation in some sense. Really like her billowing sash. This is plastic. It's a little bit softer plastic, but I could see over time it becoming kind of brittle and breaking, so just be careful with that. Nice pouches right here. These are on to stay, unless for some reason you could figure out how to get her upper torso off. I didn't try, but yeah, this is not removable in the sense of I don't want to go too far and actually break something. So just keep that in mind. She's a great looking figure, great Psylocke looking figure, but let's pop on some extra pieces and see what we can do. One of my favorite other aspects of these Marvel Select figures is that most of the X-Men have been coming with these Danger Room pieces, and this is actually two separate, but you get a nice base right here. It's a nice flat piece. They've been using this really cool silverish blue, and it really works well. It's been consistent throughout all the pieces for the Danger Room. And then you get more of a sparring mechanical piece where you'd kick and punch everything, and I really like all the little details that make it look just that kind of science fiction-y thing that X-Men are known to have, especially with something like the Danger Room, but it simply just fits right into there. You can move it around if you like it in the right position. Nothing clicks in so that you are able to move it around at your will, but I'll show you in just a second how it matches up with the rest of the Danger Room. And here's Psylocke all put together with her various accessories, and everything fits well, looks great on her Danger Room base. This is a fantastic looking Psylocke. From afar, if you don't see any of the paint defects, she's fantastic. She really is. It's just a couple hiccups with the paint is what really stands out to me. But as far as articulation, the accessories, the head sculpt, this is one of those almost near perfect figures where this would be the definitive Psylocke. I couldn't imagine her with any other accessories, perhaps just more mutant powers at this point. But from head to toe, from the paint to the accessories, just the base itself, this is a great looking and perfectly executed Psylocke figure. And here's old Betsy lined up with the rest of her fellow X-Men, duking it out in the Danger Room setup. And as you can see, it looks great once you have it all put together. There are a few other pieces that I haven't gotten just yet. However, you can see that it makes for a really nice display base. Even a couple pieces here and there, they just look absolutely fantastic. She looks great. As far as her height goes, she is 7 inches tall, and sometimes Marvel Select can go either way sometimes. Like Gambit, he's a little bit unusually big for his character. Wolverine is about the right size, Beast and such. Deadpool, yeah, Colossus is a great size. So she fits in rather well, but sometimes, just FYI, Marvel Select can go sometimes wonky with the sizing of different characters. So I think she looks great. I honestly think that this is one of the best Marvel Select figures that they've ever made. As far as the recent Rogue, the Beast one was a little bit up in the air for me. I like him, but he's a little bit too dark. It's a little bit off, and he wasn't that well articulated. But I think between Rogue and this new Psylocke, there's some of the best Diamond Select Marvel Select figures that they have put out. So I do highly recommend her. Just if you get a chance to kind of go through a couple of them, check the paint apps. That's the biggest thing. The biggest problem with this figure is that the flesh melds with that blue paint that she has going on. So again, thank you to Diamond Select for sending her over to give you guys a fresh look. I hope you enjoyed it, but I'm curious to know what you guys think about this new Psylocke figure. Will you be picking her up? Is she going to be part of your X-Men collection, your Marvel Select? A little bit too tall, and that's just the bottom line for anything Marvel Legends. I will tell you that right off the bat. A lot of the usual characters for Marvel Legends being for Marvel Select are too tall. Colossus, Juggernaut, and the various larger characters always seem to fit in well. But yes, Psylocke will definitely be too large to fit into any Marvel Legends collection. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. Comment below. Let me know. Let's talk everything X-Men, including Psylocke. Gonna have a little bit of a D23 for you guys on Sunday, so I hope you guys enjoy all the coverage. I'm gonna leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, never leave Gambit at the controls of the Danger Room, because he'll get all flustered and for some reason turn it up to full blast and almost kill Cyclops, yada yada. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.